Fall in Alaska means raspberry picking for us. We have this beautiful raspberry patch behind me and we pick gallons and gallons and gallons of raspberries every year. One of our favorite things to make with our raspberries is raspberry fruit leather, and that is what we are going to be showing you today. We actually get apples from our neighbor's apple tree and make applesauce every fall. So we are also going to be using our own applesauce plus raspberries and a little bit of sugar to make the most amazing fruit leathers you've ever tasted. Let's get started. All right, so we start out with our ingredients. We have our raspberries and our homemade applesauce. You can definitely use applesauce from the store. We just happen to have all this homemade stuff that we have in our food storage. So you start out with 1 quart of applesauce, which is about 4 cups. We like to use unsweetened, and then we add the raspberries in, and then we control the amount of sugar we add. So we add the 6 cups of frozen or fresh berries. We often make this in the middle of winter with our frozen berries. So right now we just happen to have fresh, but then we added some sugar to taste. Depending on how sweet your applesauce is, most of our applesauce is quite tart and the raspberries are quite tart, so we might add a little bit more sugar than you would. We always taste our mixture to make sure that it is the right sweetness that we want, because pretty much what it tastes like when it's in the blender is what it's going to taste like when it is the finished product. Mark thought ours needed a little bit more sugar. All right, after the mixture is ready, we spray it down with some cooking spray and spread our mixture out on our trays. These trays are from Cabela's and our dehydrators from Cabela's, and we've been really happy with it. And make sure that you try and get the mixture as flat as possible on your tray, and actually an angled spatula is really the best way to get it nice and flat, and then a quick little jiggle there will help it get nice and smooth. Our dehydrator will hold 1.5 batches of fruit leather at a time, and we set it at about 160 degrees and check it after 10 hours of dehydrating. And the time will vary depending on the thickness of your fruit leather, so after about 10 hours, you'll want to start checking it. We had half a batch of raspberry applesauce left over and planned to make a second batch of fruit leather in the morning, so to save ourselves from having to make a mess again tomorrow, we mixed up 1 more batch of raspberry applesauce and only had to clean up the mixer once. We store this raspberry applesauce in the refrigerator overnight in a juice pitcher, and then we will use it again tomorrow. The bonus is that our kids absolutely love to eat raspberry applesauce, and they were all asleep, so it was a nice treat for them to have some of it in the morning, and we were able to get it all cleaned up in the evening and ready to go for the next day. In the morning, Mark checked the fruit leather for doneness. You know they are done when they are no longer sticky and they're no longer really shiny. They will be done at different times, so keep an eye on them and be careful not to let them go too long or they will get brittle and break when you try to peel them off. Look at these cute boys enjoying their raspberry applesauce in the morning. Such a fun treat. Now it was Mom's turn to check on the fruit leather, pulling out any leather that was no longer sticky or shiny. Some of them were perfect, some needed a few more minutes. You could see it coming off on my finger there. These ones are absolutely perfect. They are no longer sticking to my finger and they are ready to get cooled off. And once they are ready, it is time to package them up. We put them out on parchment paper and cut them up into individual sized pieces. I will lay them all out on the counter here once they have cooled off and are no longer hot. It is really actually quite fun to peel them off of the trays and lay them all out in a big long line. Of course, we always have a helper or two around whenever we're doing a project around here, and our little guy was helping me with this morning. After you have cut them into individual sized pieces, you can choose to roll them up and put them in a baggie. This is the way that my kids think that they're super fun. You can also choose to do them just flat and using the parchment paper in between them so that they don't stick together. Whatever you choose, they both work really well, but don't expect them to last long. They are so good, and if you have kids around, they are going to really enjoy eating these up. Now it is time to use up the rest of the mixture to make one more batch of fruit leather. Since it takes 10 to 12 hours to dehydrate, we like to do a batch overnight or start a batch in the morning and then let them dehydrate all day long. And a quick hello from our little quarantine kitty, Luna. She's been a fun addition to our family this summer, and this is her first appearance in a video, so leave us a comment down below and say hi to our little Luna. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed our video, and share it with someone who loves trying out new recipes or loves Alaska or raspberries, and we will see you again soon. Thanks for watching.